Fresh out of 14Y relationship after cheating discovery. Well, not sure how I stumbled upon this sub, but since I'm here. Hi all. I'm fresh, 2 months, out of a 14 years old relationship with who I undoubtedly believed was the love of my life. We met during the last year of college, during a school trip in Italy when we were both freshly 18 years. It all went pretty smoothly for a few years. Lots of good times, helped each other through various difficulties and life events, good relations with families, common friends, vacations, etc. We eventually moved in together in a flat after 7 years, spent a few years there, everything smooth. We decided to pursue the adventure by looking to acquire a home. We found one with a very interesting combination of location, price, and potential, but requiring a lot of renovation. We decided to go for it despite the various issues, not relationship related, encountered during the process, and went on with the renovation every free moment we had for 7 months non-stop, with the help of family and friends. We moved in the house and were super happy. A few months after, she suffered from depression and was diagnosed with a burnout and stopped working for half a year. I was there along the way, trying to help her as best as I could, supporting her, proving her worth, taking care of her, the house, our pets, etc. She eventually felt better and went back to work, stopped taking antidepressants, and we were back on track. After that, personal and family issues wore me down progressively until I had my own depressive episode in October 2022. I was curled up in a ball in the couch, didn't want to do anything, didn't want to see anyone, and past hobbies gave no joy anymore. With the years going by, we were still close but distanced a little bit physically, as I was at the time more demanding than her, and I learned to go with it, which was a bit frustrating at first but eventually became the normal. In October, when I broke down, she mentioned losing her feelings, looking for a spark that isn't there anymore, or butterflies. I acknowledged the situation, me being down in the bottom and wanting to make it right. I listened to her and went to therapy, made doctor's appointments for my sleep apnea, took, and still taking, antidepressants, and climbed my way back to the top over the course of a few months. We kept going, with her approval, and I frequently talked with her about some kind of checkpoints, as in, how am I doing, how are we doing, are you happy with the changes, do you see anything else or other ways of doing. The last time was in September, when she said the changes are totally noticeable, it's way better than before. I still haven't found back what I lost, but I'm proud of who you're becoming right now, her words. 1 month later, I lost my stepmother to cancer, and was brought back in a hard place. She stood by me and my family. A few days after, she tells me she wants us to talk. I instantly sensed something wrong, and we had the talk, where she is sorry, she cries, she sees me as a best friend, no longer as a lover, since she has felt feelings, her famous butterflies in the stomach she longs for one of her friends. She says it's best for her to move away for a while, to think everything through, if she could keep on with me or if we should end it. During the course of 2 weeks, she left for her parents, and we kept seeing each other like 1 to 2 times a week, discussing, to reach a situation where it seemed we would aim to get back together. Being at her parents and her wanting to be alone, she tells me she rented a tiny house in the woods to truly be alone and think it through. She gave me the address and invited me to join her for an evening there during the week, which I did. The evening started very well. She prepared snacks and drinks, planned the meal, etc. She tells me she thought and in the end, chose me. What a relief. A few minutes later, as I'm grilling the meat on the barbecue while she prepares the greens, a car stops in front, coming from nowhere. Her colleague, for whom she had feelings, gets out of the car and starts a scandal, claiming he sensed something was wrong since she didn't respond to his texts, so he came to check on her by himself, eventually finding me with her. At the moment, I'm paralyzed by what is happening, not able to say or do anything, as she steps out of the house, sees him and goes livid. He gets in a rage and starts claiming that she's a liar, that she cheated on me multiple times. I take it in, and make him leave. Following this, she admits and says it was the second step of the evening, as in admitting her past mistakes and cheating, as she wanted for us to restart on a clean slate with no secrets, as it ate through her until now. She admits having cheated on me with a work colleague, who is married and has 2 children, 4 years ago, during 1 year, which she claimed was purely physical, no feelings involved. After 1 year, they agree on stopping this. Unless there is anything I don't know yet, nothing else happened until April 2023, where she caught feelings for her friend, and admitted sleeping with him on a few occasions, even if when we had our talk she said nothing happened, and that was not the reason. She wanted time for herself to think. Now the beans are spilled. I tried talking to her, getting her to tell me why, what did I do wrong, but she was shocked and went real quiet, so I left and went back home, heartbroken. The next day, I'm stupid enough to text her, asking her how she was. Her answer was a knife in the guts. I'm fine, I'm at her friend's house. This sent me in a rage of anger and confusion, since yesterday she told me she chose me, and now she says she's in another's house. So here I am, learning I have been cheated on multiple times over the course of 4 years, where she lied to my face and pretended everything was fine, having with me and sleeping in my arms at night. I feel betrayed, disgusted and heartbroken, because I never had any doubt about my feelings for her, never cheated nor was tempted to, and honestly planned my next years with her by my side. She didn't plan to come back to our house, instead went back to her parents. I asked her to come and pack her stuff if she didn't intend to come back, which she did a day while I was at work. 2 months later, she realizes her mistakes and says she regrets deeply, and only now that she lost me she realizes how much I mean to her and how she ruined everything. I think she's sincere in saying she truly regrets, and as much as I try to hate her, I just can't and have not been able to extinguish my feelings for her yet. We have seen each other a few times because we need to decide what we'll do with the house, and seeing her feeling this bad pains me more than makes me feel good for her taking responsibility for her actions. Obviously, my trust towards her is out the window, but I am still unable to see my life without her, even if it's been that way for more than 2 months now. I miss her, I miss our relationship, the affection, the intimacy, but I do not miss her as a person, at least the current version of her, since everything was perfect before 4 years ago when everything went to shit. I'm not sure if I could even touch her as I used to. I held her in my arms, and even kissed her, and I did feel something, but it was different from before, can't really explain why. Is there anything to salvage here, or should I just drop it and move on? I know the easy answer is but I just can't. I have loved her so much I can't stop in such a short notice, despite everything she did to me, and seeing her in so much pain now pains me too. I know it sounds like the typical stupid good guy scenario, but that's just how I am. I know I can function on my own, as I have always known. I do miss the relationship, the projects, the intimacy, and I'm not sure I'll ever be able to trust, even love again after all this. I poured my heart out into this relationship, and I'm now realizing that even if I did the max, it still was not enough, and it breaks me to take in that my max isn't even enough. I know it's still very early after the breakup, but I just feel lost. It's not just a lover that's getting ripped from me. It's a best friend, it's a family, it's all common friends, memories, projects even. Luckily I am still on antidepressants because I think I'd already have jumped the bridge otherwise. I try to move on, plan things, see friends, change my habits, with some success up to now, but I just can't stop thinking about her, the conflict between what she says and what she does, seeing her in so much pain. I'm trying to cope, but after all the shit that has happened to me these recent times, I just feel like giving up. Luckily I have my dad and my sister, or I would truly have no more reason to still be here. I do not intend to take my own life, but I surely feel like it would be easier more times than not. I'm still in good terms with her family, her brothers are my friends, and everyone is as shocked as me and nobody recognizes her. How do you cope with this? How to move forward, when your whole universe is shattered at 32 years old? How to gain self-confidence back after that? Sorry for this huge rant, but I felt the need to write it out, and finding this community did help me with that matter, at least. Peace and love to all of you out there. I hope all the good in the world can come to you sooner than later. Keep hanging on. Comment. Sorry to hear this, the relationship is over. You are her backup plan, the nice guy to help pick up the pieces. Do not play the pick-me dance, beg, cry or plead. Research the Grey Rock/180 method. You hear all the stories about missing the spark, butterflies. This is not what a LTR/marriage is built on. It's commitment, compatibility and communication. The spark is an added benefit. Get therapy, hit the gym, does wonders. Support form family and friends, hobbies, volunteer work, anything to keep busy. Your prime has just started. Become the best you can be and happiness will follow. Godspeed. The truth of what happened is this. She got feelings for another guy and wanted to test the waters. I need time to myself. Then she found that you are the better option, so she wanted to be with you. You coming to her tiny house, she never wanted to come clean, wanted to keep you in the dark forever. But then her lover showed up and ruined her plans. Not wanting to face you, face the shame of what she did, and most of all, not wanting to work on rebuilding trust, she made a decision to make her lover to her boyfriend. She moved in with him. 2 months later she realized what an loser her ex-lover/now boyfriend is. So she ends it with him and comes back to you. Not because she made a decision for you, only because her boyfriend is a loser. If she would have liked it to be with him, then you would have never heard from her again. She cheated on you 2 times, which shows that she absolutely doesn't care about you. Contrary to what she said to you at the tiny house, she also doesn't feel guilty for cheating on you, and it isn't eating at her. If that would be the case, then it would have eaten her up already 4 years ago, which it obviously didn't. Do you realize something? You never played a role for her. She exposed you to STDs and never cared if she hurt you. And that person now wants to be your partner again. Do you want that person as your partner? Take some time to see her for who she is and not for who you thought she was. When you do that, then make a decision about your future. You are worth so much more than to be treated this way.